She stopped texting and her replies turned into cold one-word responses, and the woman who once showed excitement for your presence now behaves as if you suddenly vanished from her world, leaving you questioning what shifted beneath the surface. Yet the truth is, this moment is not an invitation to chase but a chance to rise. Because when a woman pulls away, her silence is not a signal for you to panic, but an opportunity for you to claim your inner strength. And in this message we channel the calm firmness of Stoic philosophy to show you how to respond when she attempts to play with your emotions, teaching you why silence carries more weight than anger, why emotional detachment is more powerful than obsession, and why choosing your own worth over outside validation dismantles any attempt at manipulating your peace. For this is not about revenge, but personal evolution, where you do not break but instead step back like a ghost, calm, steady, unshaken, allowing the absence of your energy to echo louder than confrontation, an absence that often turns into a storm. She feels long before you ever speak again. Understanding why she ignores you requires recognizing that her withdrawal is often a test, whether intentional or instinctive, meant to reveal your level of emotional stability and independence. And this test asks whether your sense of identity collapses when attention is taken away, whether you chase validation like many do, or whether you maintain composure, groundedness, and dignity, because the Stoics understood that control belongs to the inner world rather than outer circumstances, advising that your mind remains your power, while external events remain outside your command. And so the Stoic response to being ignored is not frantic action but deliberate non-reaction, a silence that communicates strength because it shows you do not rely on her attention for your sense of self. And this realization often unsettles the person who attempted to test your emotional balance. Detachment becomes your first tool, because emotional pain from being ignored is rooted in the meaning you attach to the behavior rather than the behavior itself. And instead of interpreting her distance as rejection, you can see it as clear information revealing her communication style and emotional maturity. And any person who retreats without honesty or respect is offering you clarity, not loss, showing that closure is not needed when truth is already visible, reminding you that you must never chase something choosing to walk away from your peace. Your second tool is self-respect, a principle emphasizing that your dignity must surpass your desire for attention, because desperate texting, over-explaining, or pleading for validation weakens your presence and reduces your self-value. And by choosing peace instead of impulsive reaction, you reclaim your personal power, shifting the dynamic from insecurity to confidence, a shift that becomes impossible to ignore. Your third tool is the power of absence, a quiet withdrawal without blocking, announcing or dramatizing, allowing silence to speak for you and forcing her to confront the space where your energy once lived. And this absence eventually becomes more noticeable than any message you could send, creating curiosity and reflection on her end without you lifting a finger. Your fourth tool is reinvestment, redirecting the energy you once gave her into your physical health, your goals, your brotherhood, your mindset, and your personal evolution, because becoming stronger, wiser, and more focused transforms you into a version of yourself she never expected, a version that no longer chases validation and no longer looks backward toward what failed to respect your value. In modern situations, most men fall into three traps when ignored, such as begging, reacting through anger, or pretending to be happy for attention. But all these responses communicate the same insecurity, whereas the man with self-control chooses to step away from her radar rather than compete for her recognition, understanding that anything walking away from peace was not meant to stay, and that his true mission is not convincing others of his worth, but mastering his own life. Ironically, it is often your silence, your growth, and your lack of attachment that collapses the other person's ego, revealing that what they interpreted as control was actually your patience and compassion, now replaced by distance and focus, allowing them to feel the weight of losing access to a man who does not chase. Your final move becomes simple yet powerful, as you remain unbroken, composed, and dedicated to growth, choosing not to mirror games or emotional manipulation but instead embodying calm strength, remembering that the true path to inner victory is refusing to become like those who try to disturb your peace, and recognizing that anyone who devalues you reveals their priorities, meaning that losing you is a consequence of their choices, not your failure. So you walk forward with pride, quiet confidence, and the understanding that your calm strength naturally removes anything unworthy from your life, allowing you to rise higher while leaving behind whatever cannot rise with you.